Welcome back to the atomic structure chapter. Atomic structure. So in this one we were studying the discovery of the fundamental particles. Then we have studied the arrangement of these electrons, protons and neutrons in the various that is atoms. So we have considered Thomson's model, but it does not explain the stability of the atom. So we have gone to the Rutherford's model based on the alpha ray scattering experiment. But that also cannot explain the stability. And now we are considering this electromagnetic radiation. Electromagnetic radiation. Since all radiations in the form of light consists of electrical as well as magnetic properties, so all those radiations are called as the electromagnetic radiations. So in these electromagnetic radiations, based on the frequency, we can classify into different types. So those types are, here if you consider this frequency, the wavelength. We know that frequency and wavelength, they are inversely related to one another. That is, nu is equal to c lambda. Nu is equal to c by lambda. So we have considered this frequency and wavelength to classify these various types of radiations. So first we consider these gamma radiations, gamma rays. Then we have these X-rays. Then we have this UV, ultraviolet, then visible, then infrared, then we have this far infrared, frequency modulator. Then we have this long radio waves. So these frequencies vary from 10 power 24 cycles per second. Then we have this 10 to the power 20. Then X-rays lie between 10 power 16 and 10 power 20. But the most important one is this visible. This visible, we have this radiations starting from this 400 nanometer to 750 nanometer. This is most important as far as the visible region is concerned, VIBGYOR. So violet is having about 400 nanometers, that is wavelength, and 750 in case of the red. So that is, wavelength is expressed usually in terms of meter or nanometer, etc. Now let us consider this electromagnetic spectrum. Electromagnetic spectrum. When we consider this electromagnetic spectrum, when we consider any ray containing more than one frequency, when it is passed through a certain dispersion or subjected to some dispersion, then we observe that all these frequencies are separated from one another. So such a continuous arrangement of the frequency in the decreasing order or the wavelength in the increasing order is considered as the electromagnetic spectrum. The series of frequencies or wavelengths arranged in the increasing or decreasing order of their values is named as the electromagnetic spectrum. So this we can get by subjecting any radiation to a particular dispersion. But in this electromagnetic spectrum, we have two types of spectrum. One is called as the continuous spectrum. When we observe this variation of these frequencies or wavelengths continuously, then it is called as the continuous spectrum. This is also named as the band spectrum. Another one is actually line spectrum, discontinuous or line spectrum. So this is line spectrum. Usually, as far as the chemistry is concerned, this band spectrum we will get in case of the molecules, while a line spectrum we will get in case of the elements or atoms. So we are more interested in this line spectrum because it will give rise to the arrangement of various energy levels or electrons in the various energy levels in case of an atom. In this line spectrum, again we have two types. One is called as the absorption spectrum. Absorption spectrum. The other one is emission spectrum. Emission spectrum. In case of the absorption spectrum, assume that we are passing certain radiations. Assume that it has got certain frequencies like this. Continuously we have the arrangement of frequencies in a particular radiation. Then when it is passed through a certain material, like atoms, then when you analyze these radiations that are coming out, there will be some lines that are missing or some frequencies that are missing. So there we observe the black or dark space in the frequencies which disappear. It is because certain wavelengths are absorbed by this material, and that kind of dark lines that we observe is called as the absorption spectrum. But when the same material is subjected to again further radiation, whatever the radiation that is absorbed, it will emit afterwards. Assume that we are disconnecting the source of this radiation. Then the material that is absorbing certain energy, it will then emit the radiations. So those radiations observed again as the bright lines in the particular areas. Wherever we observe these dark lines or dark space, in a similar way we observe the bright lines. So this kind of spectrum is observed in the when a substance emits the radiations. That's why it is called as the emission spectrum. Say for example, we are having this hydrogen. Assume that the hydrogen gas is placed in a discharge tube. Then certain voltage is passed between the cathode and anode. Then when you observe the radiation that is coming, usually first it gives rise to some blue radiations. When such radiations are analyzed, we observe the four important lines in the visible region. So those four lines, what we observe in the form of this emission spectrum, appear in the visible region. So this visible region consisting of four important lines in the visible region, they are having a particular wavelength. It varies from about 639 nanometer to 410 nanometer. I will write the values afterwards. So anyhow, when hydrogen is subjected to a dispersion in a particular discharge tube, then we observe the emission spectrum. We observe that in case of the hydrogen, there are different series of lines that we get. So those series of lines that we get are called Lyman series, Balmer series, Paschen series, Brackett series, and Pfund series. The series name is Lyman, Balmer, Paschen, Brackett and Pfund. This Lyman series is observed in the UV region. That is just before this visible region, we have this ultraviolet region. So it is available in the ultraviolet region. Only the visible region is available, can be observed with the human naked eye. But to analyze all these, we have to use some instruments, okay, spectroscopes. And this Balmer series is available in the visible region. while these three are available in the infrared region. Infrared region. So, to calculate this wavelength or frequency of all these radiations, one person by name Rydberg, he proposed an equation that is called as the Rydberg equation. Before the Rydberg equation, I will just repeat it. In case of the electromagnetic spectrum, when we consider certain radiation and subject it to the dispersion, we will be having either band spectrum or line spectrum, continuous or discontinuous. In case of the line spectrum, again we have absorption and emission spectrum. In case of the emission spectrum, when we consider the hydrogen and subject it to analysis, we observe 5 series of lines. Lyman series available in the UV region, Balmer series in the visible region, Paschen, bracket and Pfund series in the infrared region. So to calculate the wavelength or wave number for all these types of radiations, we will consider the Rydberg equation. That Rydberg equation we will consider in the next video. Thank you. Welcome back to this hydrogen spectrum. When we